In what has become a pattern in these playoffs, a big lead by the favored team evaporated in the third quarter. But what was unique about the Heat winning Game 2 over the Celtics was their use of a 2-3 zone. However, we all know the Heat used the zone, by far the most in the league, and yet Brad Stevens and company seemed wholly unprepared, and as a result, Miami has put themselves in an almost guaranteed spot in the NBA Finals. In 58 conference final series where a team has taken a 2-0 lead, 52 of those teams won the whole series. But I suspect none of them did it quite the way the Heat did last night. In a 4D chess move, Erik Spoelstra saved the zone for the second half, allowing the Celtics to build a 17-point lead in the process. In an action that didn't work well in Game 1, they continued to isolate Kemba on Bam Adebayo after the switch, and Kemba was able to hit some contested perimeter buckets this way. And Marcus Smart attacks out of pistol action with a pin down into handoff, and quite frankly, this isn't a bank shot. And at the end of the first, he's allowed to carry the ball, and then hit a stuttered step back three with a hand in his face, so not the most sustainable type of success. We went to the third quarter, and the Celtics looked like they had it under control, smartly setting an inside ball screen on the guard to suck Crowder into the action and open up an attack on the right wing. Unclear where Jaylen Brown was going, it's an open three if he spots up in the corner. However, the centering pass is good to collapse a zone. Tice doesn't even check to see that a bounce pass to Brown would have been a layup, but Kemba does a great job to get right into the lane, but just throws his pass through the wickets. And here's an example of the attack they ran most. Ball screened the guard to the outside with the strong side corner filled. Smart wandered over to the dunker spot to overload the zone, and the correct pass would have been from Kemba to him. But they still get penetration and a good interior pass. But the zone allows Bam to patrol the paint more easily and turns this shot away at the rim. Notice how the Heat offer some light pressure. This is perfect to make the Celtics take a little extra time off the shot clock. Here's the same outside ball screen with strong side corner filled. The reason it should work is because Miami loves to bring their forwards up towards the wing as much as possible, then hoping they can sprint back and recover to the corner. Again, they find the roll man at the dotted line, but the zone allows Crowder to stare at the ball and be in perfect help position at the same time, knocking it away for another turnover. Confusion began to reign here as Kemba is trying to direct people, so is Jaylen Brown, and Enes Kanter just throws up his hands. There's the outside ball screen and pass to the corner. While you can't really argue with this shot per se, this is in the midst of a 6-minute stretch without a field goal where the Celtics' entire lead vanished. At this point, you need a better shot than this. The Celtics try to overload again to the left side, but this spacing just doesn't work. Bam can shadow Brown, Robinson can stunt at the ball and get back to Kemba, while Jimmy can shadow Tatum. The window to hit Kanter is small and they don't take advantage. Notice how Tyler Hero must bump up to guard the wing until Crowder can get there and bump him back down again. Tatum does drive into the lane, but he had to beat his man, deal with a reach-in by Butler, and then concern himself with Adebayo, blowing this runner as the Heat get another stop. The one basket they made in the whole quarter was when they went fast and took advantage of the Jimmy gamble by attacking on the catch, getting right into the lane, and shooting the short pull-up. But the Celtics overload the left side in a way that would never generate them a shot. The ball screen is ineffective because Jones is just sitting there waiting. The spacing makes it easy for him to get right over to the wing. Kanter takes too deep an angle, so there's not a pass to him in that small window he has before Bam is in the picture. This hole they've created in the zone needs to be exploited, but nobody cuts there. Now they're left with an ISO where help is easily administered. There's nowhere for Green to go with Kanter posting in front of him, and this looked like another stop for the Heat until Kanter gave a little shove in the back to Adebayo, causing him to crash into the shooter and get them free throws. To start the fourth, we saw one slight wrinkle to the zone attack, setting a flare screen for Tatum, then hit the corner, which is basically the same as their outside ball screen movement. And they can't seem to hit the roll man, primarily because that window is open very briefly. Credit to Tatum for attacking on the catch and seeing the lob, but Williams is decidedly earthbound and this play is not appropriate here. The Heat give up the shot they want, a short shot clock with a defender running at the corner three. The Celtics began their comeback under slightly dubious circumstances. Watch Olynyk dance to keep both feet out of the lane. Remember, he's got 3 seconds to be in there without guarding anyone before he has to get out. Unless a toenail was still in the lane, this defensive 3-second call was inappropriate and it gave Boston a free throw. We've already seen how attacking quickly off the catch is the way to go, but this deliberate holding of the ball plays right into the defense's hands. Credit Smart for getting right into the lane, but Derrick Jones Jr. does his LeBron impersonation and blocks this ball and recovers it for a tremendous stop. Here's another example where if the Celtics just attack quickly, they can compromise the zone for easy shots, like this Brown jump hook. They didn't even give Walker a chance to warm up after entering the game, but he had no choice but to hoist this one up, heavily contested, but somehow it goes in. Again, not sustainable. Finally, we see a high post entry to Marcus Smart. I'm not sure he's the right guy to play this position. A more accurate pass might let Kemba attack right into the lane. He does blow by Jimmy to the inside, drawing 4 defenders into the paint, but they're not helping. They're stunting and recovering back to the shooters. Now it's scramble time, and Tatum can't handle the havoc being wreaked by the defense. Attacking the free throw line is a great way to go, but what is Jaylen Brown doing standing on the lane line here? Tatum puts his head down and wanders down to the mid-post. The spacing is still atrocious on the weak side, and it doesn't matter that Kemba gets right by Robinson. Adebayo is there at the rim, and he can't hit the banking floater. One place the zone can be vulnerable is on the offensive glass, and as they go back to their old outside ball screen standby, Brown cuts to the basket on the Kemba shot and finger rolls this back in for one of their precious few scores against this zone. Erik Spoelstra might have outthought himself here, going back to a man-to-man defense for 2 possessions, and the Celtics score twice when the zone help isn't there to prevent these shots. What the Celtics didn't do was set an inside ball screen to allow the guard to attack this zone to the middle. Now on this possession, they set the right screen, but the ball isn't in the right place. It needs to be on the wing. If they do this, it would open up the middle of the zone with much better spacing. But instead, Kemba is trying to make the pass to the wing and allowing Butler to get into the passing lane. This sets up one of the best saves I've seen in a playoff game. Behind the back lefty just before stepping out of bounds, and the basketball gods reward him with the open court dunk to cut the lead to 1. If you're going to throw the centering pass to the free throw line, the guy catching it needs to be a viable threat to score from here. Smart just doesn't seem to be that guy, as he gets rid of it without bending the zone. Tatum slips before creating something. Smart needs to shoot this but doesn't, but credit to Brown for finding a seam and drawing the foul, primarily because Bam brings his arm slightly forward instead of being completely vertical. What are they running here? Brown kicks it to the wing, heads to the corner right where Kemba is cutting to, and Tice is on that side as well, allowing 3 defenders to guard 4 offensive players. It takes until 10 seconds in the shot clock before they balance the floor, and 3 more seconds for Marcus Smart to barf up this shot into a brick. Without quick ball movement, the zone can continue to load up on the ball and make it really hard for the offense. The step-up screen is set on the guard with the corner empty this time, allowing Hero to concentrate solely on the ball. The extra dribbling allows the zone to take everything away, and I think Jimmy could have rotated over to this, but when Crowder tries, they give up the open 3, but they've run out of bullets. Down by 5 with under 2 minutes to go, they get desperate despite there being enough time. Here's another inside ball screen, but again, it needs to be set on the wing to spread the defense out more. There's nowhere for Kemba to go with Bam waiting for him, and Smart gives it a shot with 17 seconds on the shot clock. This one bricks, and the end is near. When Tice doesn't set the screen properly, it allows Butler to jump in front of the pass and deflect it. Somehow it stayed in bounds, and this layup sealed the game. The Clippers are a team that shredded the Heat zone this year, and there's a lot we can glean from what they did. Remember the inside ball screen from the wing I was harping about? They run that here with the other guard stretched on the weak side wing. This invites the forward out there and gives Lou a gap to get into the lane for either the floater or the dump off to Harrell. Doing it again opens up a skip pass because the forward in the zone is more concerned about the wing on the weak side. Now they can attack closeouts in the catch and get something going towards the rim. The inside ball screen on the wing should serve to suck the second guard over to the action, opening up simple passes to the left wing that, if thrown properly, should lead to open 3-point buckets. But they can even set the screen out high if they flatten everyone else out towards the baseline and pop the screener. Watch how Zubats is setting the flare screen for what could be an open corner 3, but also gets them a point-blank shot off the pocket pass. The Clippers treated this zone by running a lot of their man-to-man offense, like this pistol action out of the corner, which flips into a ball screen. This sucks all the attention of the defense, allowing the cutter to exploit the opening in the middle. If there are smaller guards out top, you can't tell me Jason Tatum can't go to work and elevate over them like Kawhi does here. Even something as simple as attacking on the catch from the wing in order to split the guard and the forward, opening up the quick catch and shoot from the corner, it should be fairly simple to generate these types of shots. Contrary to popular belief, you can also post up against the 2-3 zone, and if you balance this with some high-low positioning, you should get cuts like these right to the front of the rim. More man-to-man offense as they set a pin down for a cutter on the left side. This just serves to get great position for Harrell down low, and you don't need high-low, you can slide the weak side big underneath the zone since that forward loves to cheat out towards the wing. And there's no rule that says you can't dribble into a post-up on that forward in the zone. Again, there are openings to slide a cutter under the defense for easy shots. And remember what I was saying about needing a scorer at the high post. If you can get someone there who's aggressive looking at the basket, you have an abundance of shots you can generate from there. Is there a way for Brad Stevens to turn this around? Maybe. Is the team in complete turmoil after a loud shouting match in the post-game locker room that also included throwing stuff at each other? Oh yeah. So it doesn't look good at all for the Celtics, and canceling practice today means they're not working on the things I pointed out. And I haven't even gone over the little wrinkles Spoelstra can add to his defense that could throw the Celtics even further into disarray. So stay tuned for Game 3, because I'm sure there will be fireworks. But I get the feeling they'll be for the Miami Heat. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe for more playoff breakdowns coming up. We'll have at least one a day during the postseason, so turn on those notifications so you can be alerted right away. You in?